Welcome everyone after the break, and let's continue our session. So, our next speaker is Mr. Ketan. He is the head intelligent automation in PebbleRoad, Singapore. So, Ketan is a seasoned IT professional with more than 12 years of industry experience in IT consulting with extensive work in business process automation and digital transformation. So, over to you, Ketan. I can't hear you actually. We can see the screen, but I can't hear you.
Thanks a lot. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay. Hi, I'm Ketan. Thanks for the introduction. I am I'm leading intelligent automation space with PebbleRoad in Singapore, and our focus is to build capabilities in the organizations to leverage the whole gamut of intelligent automation in different spaces. And today, I will like to explore intelligent automation and its opportunities in the shared services arena. So let's start. And let me know if you have any questions in between. I will be happy to answer. So a quick background on PebbleRoad. PebbleRoad is a strategy, design, and innovation practice, and we are based out of Singapore, operating in ASEAN region. And uh, we we have a purpose, a very strong purpose, to empower organizations to thrive in a digital age. And with that, intelligent automation is one of the most important aspects at this point in time, and we focus our energies in strategy, design, and engineering. So these are three aspects in brief. So today I am going to discuss about intelligent automation in shared service area. But before going into detail on what we can do in shared services, I just want to highlight few changes happening around us with respect to shared services. So as we can see, uh, shared services uh, presents present that space in any organization which are not the core of that organization. The core operations are already handled with some kind of digital mechanism or digital platforms, and the rest of the shared services or rest of the operations goes in the bucket of shared services as an operation. And either they were outsourced, they were insourced, but with short of talent, high cost of support and maintenance. And this area was always struggling to become a digitally enabled operations. So we all did some bits and pieces here and there to make sure that shared service operations efficiency keeps on improving. But we never had an opportunity to digitize and digitalize these operations uh, at an wholesome level. So, and why this was happening? So, I must say that we were doing some RPAs, some automation in the space of shared services as well. But at the end of the day, we were starting with something very like a low-hanging fruit. That's the word we all use, right? And that was good to start, but we always failed to achieve scale, and that's why we were never able to achieve the savings which we envisaged. And that is the sole reason why many organizations struggle to cross a particular point where they can really make savings against the cost, because the initial use cases which we identify, they have a good ROI, and we can take the cost against the savings are good. But the moment we go a little further, the cost exponentially increases because of the maintenance, because of your setup, because of your minimum viable teams. But you do not have the cases. You do not have good use cases where you can do automation. Either it is RPA, maybe it is low code, no code, chatbots, whatnot. But every platform needs a threshold which makes sure that the ROI starts coming in, or you can say a break-even point. We call it as an inflection point. So we need to make sure that the inflection point is reached. And this is where shared services plays a crucial role, because shared service presents you a lot of opportunities to automate, leverage your platform, leverage your investments, and then uh, make sure that you have the savings which you have planned. What happened in last 2.5 years in the COVID times? The we call it a long tail shared services. This space, the volume in this space has increased dramatically. So everybody is working from home. Everybody is requesting these services digitally, and all of a sudden there's a big spike or big requirement for digitalization in this space. So, so till now, what we have done in this space is we have taken some bespoke development. We have tried something, some small and big developments. That's a bespoke development. Uh, but in last few decades, SaaS products came, and they covered a lot of ground. But at the end of the day, SaaS products are still uh, very specific, and they do not meet any enterprise requirements as such. So enterprises try to adopt these SaaS offerings or SaaS products, but they are good at the BU level. They are good at one function level. But if you want a product which fit as an enterprise product or an enterprise platform, it is very difficult. And then soon you end up with so many SaaS products. One is for HR, one is for procurement. One, like I have seen two in procurement itself. Like supply chain has a different thing, logistics has a different thing, and then I don't want to go into the S4 HANAs of the world and the Oracle suite as such. So this gives rise to something which is now becoming prominent, which is digital services with platform as a service PaaS. And this is very closely related to intelligent automation as a theme. So you heard of low code in sense of RPA. Now the low code platforms are coming in sense of development as well, of the application development, low code chatbots and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, these are platform as a service which enable you to make digital services with speed and with scale. So a few of the things which we want to highlight is lower talent requirements against against a bespoke development. SaaS has its own problems. Maintenance support are very automated in these tools, so the maintenance cost goes down, support cost goes down, your in-house IT cost goes down, and the reusable usable factor is very high in these platforms. So in all, this provides a very good platform for enterprises, small, big, medium, big, whatever it is, so that they can get one platform to solve many problems. Again, it is not like one platform will solve all the problems, but at the end of the day, you will minimize your platforms to solve your problem. So just before coming to the shared service arena, I just want to discuss what is digital service with intelligent automation, aka RPA, aka IPA, whatever we call it, hyper automation. Basically, intelligent automation or this kind of automation paradigm is shifting towards the complete gamut of processes. So any process is nothing but a combination of data collection, document collection, and workflows, stitching all these things together. And finally, now we are coming into the interface part of it as well. So your process has a UI UX. Your process can collect data. Your process can process data. Your process can collect documents, process those documents, ingest those documents, and stitch everything from document data to user using the workflow. And if you see any RPA tool these days, they are going into this direction, that how we can enable data, document, and workflows along with the interfaces. So this is what we call as modern digital services with intelligent automation. So, so the idea is how we can create more and more digital services in our enterprise. And now if you see our shared services as a space, everything we do is nothing but a service which can be converted into a digital service. So I just want to highlight a very important point. Digital service is not an automated process. Digital service is something which end users can use directly as a digital service. So let's say I want to create a bank account right now. So process was automated long time back, right? So it was like the core banking systems were already there, all the systems were already there. So the process can be automated. I can fill up a form, send, and then it will create my account. So that creation of the account was the process which was automated. But can like now you can create your bank account using your mobile phone directly, and that is the conversion of a automated process into a digital services. It's a self-served digital service. Anybody can pick up a phone, take up the mobile, do its KYC on the go, create a bank account, request for a credit card, request for a debit card, and start doing so many digital services on that banking platform. So this is the space where shared services can also explore, and all their services, like let it be HR services, let it be procurement services, can those services become digital services rather than shared services, and we are doing process automation in bits and pieces. So I'll just because shared services is such a big arena, I'll if time permits, I'll try to take HR or procurement or finance and accounting as one of the pillars of shared services. But in essence, any service or any operations in shared service has a similar what do you say similar process per se. It starts with data collection or a document collection. Then you process that data or document, you analyze it, you verify that particular document or a data. Then you go and update your core system, whether it is SAP system, whether it is your Oracle Fusion or any other legacy system. So that's how any shared service operation works. Or even if it is HR, then you have SuccessFactor, Workday. Now what happens is the conversion of this process, which can be automated, into a digital service. So we empower customer with digital uh, platform. So uh, let's take an example of passport processing in ministries of manpower. So right now, what they are doing is they ask you for to upload the document. Then their own people will sit and scan all the documents, and then they will key in the document details, and then the supervisor will verify those documents, and then somebody will process the document in the core system. That's one way. Another way is they ask a customer to fill in the document details in their portal, and then again they will verify, and somebody will again process the same thing in their core system. So how we can create this as a digital service which is more effective? So can I use intelligent automation to extract and pre-fill the forms on behalf of the customer? That's one. So it's like it's facilitating the UI UX part of the customer, and then the digital worker again, like RPA in one way, or your intelligent OCR is another thing. How we can help the staff to verify information quickly. So initially there was a maker and checker. Now customer becomes the maker. A digital worker becomes the maker. Your customer becomes the first checker. Your staff becomes the second checker, and again you have your digital worker, which will go and update your core application. So this is how a digital service can become uh, can become very effective. And it's not only that RPA will update the core system. You can leverage the intelligent platform for integrations, right? So there are a lot of integration platform right now. Like you can have Workatos of the world, you can have Azure Logic Flows, whatnot, right? So it's not only like you leverage RPA as a core UI based RPA. RPAs of today, they also provide a lot of integration capabilities directly to your core systems. So this is how we can envisage our digital services in shared services. So yeah, so as I was saying, intelligent automation is a combination of low code workflows, intelligent document processing, RPAs, integration services, and now like even the RPA platforms are becoming end-to-end platforms. They have these workflows, they have this intelligent document processing. They are already having a strong grip on robotic process automation, and then integration services are already available at enterprise level. So how this is the most important part, how we can start combining all these aspects together to create a, yeah, like experience driven shared services. That's the bottom line I want to highlight. Now coming quickly to the shared services and opportunities. So I've just taken this study from shared services global state of intelligent automation market report. So like we know, like finance and accounting is one of the area where a lot of automation already happened. Even the procurement side of things already started a lot of automation use cases, identifying automation use cases. But there's still a lot of cases where we can do automation. Now it depends on the industry, it depends on your company, what kind of operation or what kind of functions your shared services supporting in detail. So you have finance, you have HR, you have procurement, you have supply chain. But essence is how you can take your current processes and make it a digital service or make it an automated, wholesome process. It's a bit complex diagram, I'm sorry, but I'll just walk you through like how the current state of shared service looks like. So you have customers or you have end users right now, and they're talking to your contact center or customer support services, and basically at the end of the day, it is just like one pillar which is generating service request for your shared services. And so there are some tools which are great at what they do on the service management. And finally, these service requests per se disseminates to different functions in your shared service, maybe finance and accounting, HR operations, maybe IT operations, right? And along with it, these functions have their own set of processes where they have to do like regular stuff, right? So this is the current state. Customer is calling someone, someone is doing like someone is registering a service request, Now someone is collecting the service request and processing it, and everything is happening on an email, right? So like you can imagine, so many emails are floating, and that's why there's one challenge: how I can automate my email. So, but that's the byproduct. That's the byproduct of what we are doing here. So, what we can do in a better way. So, can we think of an automated shared services as a whole space? And you need customer support or a human touch as well. But at the end of the day, can we have a machine first or an automation first approach, in the sense that any customer can first talk to my chatbot, let's say, or a mobile application as a self-service portal, and then those tickets can be like simple queries can be solved upfront without even going and registering a service request per se. And if at all required, a service request can be generated in whatever platform you are using. And then finally, these these service requests can be taken up directly by the bots, or directly considered as an automated process. So, for example, I want to I want to reset my password. Yeah, this is one of the or reset my account, and my IT operations starts like gets the ticket, and they start doing something. Then they email me, okay, you have your account is unlocked and all that stuff. So can I have my chatbot to do the same thing? Or chatbot can raise a request, and then a bot sitting in the IT department can take up that request directly from the service now, and unlock your account basis some rules, and then intimate you that your account is unlocked on that chatbot itself, or on your email, or on your mobile phone. Now the important piece is that once you have the digital services in your shared services spaces, it doesn't matter you want to leverage those digital services using a chatbot, using a mobile application of your shared services, or even a web portal or a self-service portal. These shared services will remain same, and these digital services will remain same, and you can just invoke or request these digital services as and when required from different channels, different platforms. And once this and if your digital service is not able to process your request directly, if there's some complication, if there's some gaps, then your customer service or a contact center can kick in, and then can add your human touch there, which is absolutely necessary. But at the end of the day, can I streamline my shared services as digital services and enable using my intelligent automation as a suite? Yes, we can do that. We can have the UI UX part of it. We can empower our end users with chatbots, with our self-service portals, instead of emails, instead of written forms or some kind of form filling. They can directly use these platforms, and then the process is digitalized, and it can be invoked. And inside these different operations, then we have to see what are the opportunities where we can leverage intelligent automation, where we can digitalize these processes, and then create this kind of an ecosystem. So now in shared services, it's a big area. You have so many things in this area. So right from sales and marketing, to your procurement, supply chain part of it, finance and accounting, you have billing and collection, and even the IT operations comes in their shared services. So again, without going into detail individually in these areas, just let's pick one, which is one of the most common aspect of shared service is, let's say, uh, finance and accounting. So you have procure to pay process, right? So end to end, your sales to your procure to pay, the complete process. You may have some automation already done in this space, but at the end of the day, can you do your invoice processing in a more streamlined fashion rather than again your bot going in and processing your invoices from your inbox and then doing some process on your SAP. That's part one of the automation which we did. But now, can I make this a digital service where a customer need not to send you an invoice, but it can directly convert the already existing order into invoice and pay? And that's the essence of digital service. So you don't need to have an invoice then send the payment and all that stuff. You can directly have enable a portal, enable a chatbot. Okay, I want to, this was the invoice I want to pay, so that will start happening. Even the HR operations, the leave management, the payroll administrations, your leave management and payroll, that combination whenever happens, you can have those operations as digital services directly linked to your HR software and your payroll software. So this can happen quickly. And then the final piece is the business operations, which depends on your line of business. So uh, every other enterprise or every other industry have their own set of operations. So how you want to do it? Like a banking customer will have a very different line of business operations. A logistic company will have a very heavy logistics and supply chain operations. So, but the essence again is how I can create a wholesome experience using intelligent automation suite, which is low code. Like we can create a user experience, we can create the fronting platforms, and then the workflows, the intelligent pieces in the workflows, that the data extraction, even the approval on some of the aspects until unless it's a outlier case. And then finally updating our existing systems. So I'll just take one example in the finance and accounting. It's like you have again finance and accounting inside shared service. Again, it's a space which can be broken into multiple functions. So you have vendor management, you have account payables, you have account receivables. Reconciliation in some of the companies is again a very big thing, and even payroll is handled by finance and accounting team. So now what happens, what we can do here? So at the end, like these are some use cases which I have done in our with our customers. So let's take reconciliation. So you have bank reconciliation, you have GL reconciliation. If you are dealing with intercompany processes, so you have intercompany reconciliations. If you are in logistic arena, you have shipment reconciliation, which is a heavy operation, delivery and shipment reconciliations. In this goes for the retail industry. So they have delivery reconciliation a lot. So all these things can happen, can be automated easily, and it can be like you don't need to wait for all the reports generated at the end of the month and finally reconciling. We can even connect to systems using intelligent automation, and as and when things happen, we can reconcile these aspects. Like bank reconciliation, the moment my agent does something, I can see that this transaction has happened against a particular pending invoice, and then I can do the reconciliation. Again, similarly, I can visualize that GL reconciliation can be a real time or a near real time reconciliation, instead of waiting for a 30 days period and finally all the transactions coming together and reconciling against each other. Yeah, we have to create some kind of mechanism that the fallouts can be reconciled later as and when required. I just want to end the session with some stats on intelligent automation. Like the gardeners of the world and foresters of the world are working on 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 the market itself, like how intelligent automation will be taken in next 10 years, and we are already seeing so many opportunities in in our enterprises, be it a small, medium, or a large enterprise, everyone has their own challenges, and everybody can leverage these the tool set of intelligent automation. And shared services, in essence, is one area where a lot of neglect happened. But now outsourcing is not that great option anymore. It has to be in-sourced, but in-source has its own set of problems. The skill level, the attrition levels can really make your life difficult, and that is where you really need shared services to become a digitally enabled services, or in short, digital services. And the moment we have our shared services as future-proof digital services, which can be readily used by users as self-help, that will be the ideal uh, shared services arena. I would like you all to refer to a PNG shared services case study. I will try to send the link to the host, and they can share that link. It's a great case study to see how such a large shared service has come together as a global shared service, and it's now 80% automated. And this is something we can all see and learn from it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Ketan. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you for valuable insight. So now we are in the Q&A session. So kindly unmute yourself, ladies and gentlemen, and go ahead with the query. And meanwhile, this is the certificate of honor for Ketan Verma for his uh, valuable insight and valuable time. So thank you, Ketan. Thank you for coming and presenting today.
Thanks a lot, everyone, for hearing my thoughts on intelligent automation and shared services.
Yeah, thank you.